People, it's your boy Levelhead, and I'm back with another video. I'm going to be addressing some things in this video. So if you can't handle the truth, you might as well go ahead and get off my channel at this moment and at this time. I'm just going to be real. This is my second part to my thoughts on the PlayStation 4 reveal. And I'm going to be real, you know what I'm saying? Now, I've been watching on a few people channels, you know, so I just saw Shokio, his video. I saw Zaire's video earlier today. I even saw Gamer Nate video, you know what I'm saying? I saw a whole bunch of people video about this game, about this reveal. I made a video this morning, and I'm going to kind of go over that a little bit more, but I'm going to go into detail because I didn't have enough time to really get in this morning. And it's some stuff I said in that video that I need to clarify, that I want to clarify right now. So, with that being said, what's my thoughts? First of all, like I said this morning, I thought the conference was very good. I mean, it did a great job for hyping up and building the curiosity for the PlayStation 4. I also felt like they did a better job than Nintendo, and how Nintendo revealed the Wii U. But I also said I feel like Nintendo did a more accurate job of revealing the Wii U than Sony did of revealing this PlayStation 4. Now, I'm finna get it in. All these videos that I see, I saw Shokio, I saw Zaire, I saw Gamer Nate, I saw Mr. L Live, I saw a whole bunch of people, Hard 8, BG, Black Bun, everybody. And majority of the folks are geeking out. And for real, they got a reason too. But, like I said in my first video, and I'm going to ask a question after I say this. Doesn't Sony do this every time they come with a new system? Ain't this the same pattern, the same approach that they have every time they come? They show you a lot of what ifs and possibilities and what this system should be able to do, what we believe is able to do, and then they show us footage of a game. They show us footage of this, and they show us CGI that, and they show us demo this and demo that, and we can do this, and we're going to be able to stream this, and we're going to do all this stuff. That's what they say every time, right? PlayStation 3 did the same thing. Vita did the same thing. PlayStation 4, they're doing the same thing. Now, I asked a question. And I'm going to ask it. I asked it in a few folks' comment section, but I'm going to ask it right now in this video. What did we see? That's my question. What did we see? Real talk. When they showed the controller and they told us what it's supposed to do, did we see it do it, or did they just tell us what it's supposed to do? Okay, that's cool. When they said the specs of the system, did they really give us real specs, or did they say what they hoped for it to do? Outside of it having 8 gigs of DDR5. Okay. It would make you assume or believe or lead you to believe that, oh, this system is powerful, which I believe it is. Like I said, and I'm going to keep saying, for this generation, now I'm a Nintendo fan, but for this generation, the PS3 was the best system this generation. Alright? But, did it live up to what it said it can do? And that's my question. You know what I'm saying? I remember in 2006 when the PS3 was revealed. And they did almost similar to what they done yesterday. They showed a whole bunch of demos. They showed a whole bunch of polygons and what they think this system can do and what they say it can do. And then I remember them showing Killzone. And I remember everybody, even including myself, being blown away by what we was witnessing across our TVs, our computers, our phones at that time, if you had a phone that was capable of doing that. I remember us all being blown away, all being dumbfounded by what we saw, right? But I also remember after that, it was revealed that what we saw was not in-game footage like they said during the conference at E3. Right? Am I wrong? If I'm wrong on that, please go back in my comment section and show me, give me a link where I'm wrong on that. Right? But I also remember that same year, Microsoft showed Gears of War running right then and there, playable. Now, I thought everything I saw yesterday was very good looking, very awe-inspiring, very raw. I mean, just breathtaking. But you know what else was breathtaking? The Avengers. But guess what? I can't play the Avengers. I can't sit down and pick up a controller and play Avengers. So, with a track record like Sony, I find it funny that all y'all are jumping Judy and going ballistic over demos. And this is what we think is capable scenarios. What did we see outside of Watch Dogs, which we know was in-game footage, but what they saying was PC and not even the PlayStation 3. But we know that that's running real time. Do we really know if this game is running real time? And even if it is it really, really blowing away anything we've seen already? I mean, it looks good. Don't get me wrong. It looked real good. But is it really blowing anything away? And the fact that we don't know if this is even real time or not. Folks, I mean, Sony does this all the time. This is no hate. This is no knock. This is real. This is level head. This is real talk. This is real getting it down. Now, let's go back to why I said Sony done a better job of revealing the PS4 than Nintendo, but Nintendo done a more accurate job. Because this is what I say. This all looks good. This will get anybody prepped and primed to pick up the PS4. Anybody. You'll have to be crazy. You'll be lying to yourself if you saw this and said you don't want to buy the PS4. Man, I want to buy the PS4, right? And I'm a Sony fan, but I'm a Nintendo fan even the more. But I know the history of Sony. I know what Sony always does. And likelihood of this being real ends up not being real. It ends up being hype fest. Ends up being some exaggerated, hopeful, wishful thinking that never comes to full fruition. Let's look at the PS3. How long did it take them to get to what those visuals that they showed in 2006 for Killzone? Didn't it take all the way up to Killzone 3 to even get close to those visuals? What about what they promised? How long into the life cycle of the PS3 did it take for us to get Uncharted 2, God of War? How long? But you don't sit when Nintendo shows anything, and I even say Microsoft. This is something Microsoft nor Nintendo ever does, but Sony does it all the time. And y'all bite the same bait every time. And it kills me. I'm not a Microsoft fan. Never have been. I'm a Sony fan. And I'm even more a Nintendo fan. My two top systems is Nintendo, Sony, then Microsoft. But I can give Microsoft this. When Microsoft shows something, they not showing you a what if and possibility situation. They showing you what they can do right then and there. When the Xbox 360 came out, Gears of War came out, and they was doing it. That wasn't no tech demo. That was real live what they was doing. When the PlayStation 3 came out, Killzone was nothing but a CGI rendered video. It wasn't what the system could do, and we didn't see that for 4 to 5 years. So Nintendo showed the demo of the bird, and they showed the demo of Zelda. Okay, that was 2011. They released the system last year. We looking at a Nintendo Direct in January where they show Monolith's game. Did not that game look like what those demos look like? Did not the game look like what they say they can do right now? Do you really believe Sony finna do this right now? Do you believe that's what you finna get when you go buy the PS4 this year? You tell me that Shokio, you tell me that Zaire, you tell me that Hard 8, you tell me that Black Bond, you tell me that BG. All y'all tell me, do you really believe this is what you finna get this year, 13? Do you really believe this is what you finna get? This no hate. This ain't no damage control. And I'm gonna let y'all know right off the top. I'm a grown man, bruh. I don't even care about none of those terms and none of those slang and all that stuff. I can give 2 cents if you say I'm damage controlling. I'm being real. I own a PlayStation 3. Matter of fact, let's walk over here and see. Right there. What is that? That's a PlayStation 3. What is that? That's a Wii U. What's that? That's Gears of War. What's that? That's a 3DS. I got it all, man. I play games. So that ain't the issue for me. The issue for me is this. Is this what we gonna see when we pick up the PS4? Right? That's real talk. If any one of y'all, and this is no hate, but it's like, as raw as what I saw yesterday was, and I'm like Shokio said, I'm giving credit. If you go watch my first video, you saw me give them credit. You saw me say that was awesome, that was a raw press release. It killed Nintendo's. But was it realistic? That's the whole point. Was this believable? When Capcom showed, was that believable? Or should we really believe we finna get that? I mean, this right here, right now, we finna get this. This is not, wait till that go off, but this is not fantasy, this is not none of that. This is what the Wii U can do right now. This is what the developers are at right now. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all downplay this. This ain't, look at that. This ain't impressive. This ain't raw. This ain't nothing. That ain't showing no technical skills or anything, but that's what we can get right now. Can we get what we saw with Sony right now? Microsoft never does that, and I don't like Microsoft, but they never do that. When they show Gears of War, you can get that right then and there. You can play it. Sony always do a whole bunch of hype fest, a whole bunch of CGI videos, a whole bunch of that stuff, man. And me being a fan, I ain't willing to buy that. That's why I say I'm going to hold off. I'm going to wait and see if what they show me is literally what I'm going to get. Now, I know it ain't going to be exactly like that when it release. But at the same time, it shouldn't be 4 and 5 years later that I'm receiving the promise that I should have got maybe a year later. Because Gears of War was a year later, not 4 or 5 years later. So that's my question to y'all. Anyone, you know what I'm saying? No, Nintendo fans should not be hating on what they saw yesterday. But at the same time, we all need to put this in perspective. We all need to be real. We all need to be, what they say, leveled head about this situation. Are we going to see those graphics when we pick up the PS3? Do y'all believe that? If y'all do, respond to me. And that's all I'm saying. Peace, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm very interested. Sony has sparked my interest, but I'm not playing the fool this time. And I'll say it again. You can fool a person once. You can fool me twice, but you ain't fooling me no third time, man. And I ain't falling for the hype fest. We've been falling for this all the time. That's why I know Nintendo is tried and true. And I can even give Microsoft respect. When they show you something, they deliver on what they show you. Sony always, from the PlayStation 2 to now, has always been hype fest and saying what they can do and never doing it. Or not getting to it until the end of that console or the lifespan of that system. I'm not believing it. PS2, PS Vita, PSP, PS3. No, man, they gonna have to prove it this time. They gonna have to prove it out the gate. And that's where I stand. And if y'all can prove to me that this is all real and you really believe you getting that, respond to me. Peace.